Deal with us.
Is that true?
Big Papa? Big Daddy?
I don't know about that.
Chauncey? You said you're setting the tone, man. You're just blowing up plays.
A lot of guys call me Papo, which like.
Papa.
So my mom's from Cuba, so the whole Cuban.
See, I'm butchering this.
Yeah, it's all
Get
good.
me into this.
It all started. 'Cause I used to call Vernon my roommate for 2 years, so I call him Papo. It's like Cubans call each other like you're saying bro or my friend. And is he really living? Oh, cool. And so I started calling him that, and then when I'd make plays in the defensive meeting room, Vernon would say, Papa made the play. So started with the DB coach, and then Coach Collins, and the whole defensive staff, and now just coaches and players on the staff don't even know my real name. They just know me as Papa. So there's that.
I got you.
That's the story behind that.
No, that's good. That's good. So the defensive line, I mean, you guys really seem to be setting the tone for the defense. I mean, have you taken that upon yourself, considering you're the most veteran unit of the three?
Yeah, and that's something we've preached all summer long, and we think that a lot of the stuff we can control in that room. And if Tatum would start playing a little more aggressive, we could probably control more teams up front and limit their plays. But I mean, we have high standards in that room. All jokes aside, and we feel that we can stop a lot of the runs and get them in tough situations on third down and hunt the passer. So we've done an all right job of that so far. And like I said, we have high expectations. We can do a better job moving forward, and we have a good test coming up this week.
What's the biggest praise Rumpf has given you, and what's the biggest criticism he's given you?
I think me personally.
Yeah.
The biggest praise I'd say is him saying after watching the game that I played hard. That's one thing is for me is I could deal with a lot of people, critics, anything can say a lot of things about me, but I never want anybody to say that I don't play hard. So that's probably the best praise that I would get from any coach. Biggest critique, I don't know. What do you think? Who's the worst thing that Coach Holmes said? I don't know.
He would never say anything bad to Papa.
No. I mean, I guess if he said the opposite, if he told me I wasn't going hard in practice like that, I'd make sure the next day I'd come back, going twice as hard, because that's something that the film's your resume. I never want to put it on a film that I'm not proud of.
Is there one area, as you look back over the last few years, that you feel like you've really, really grown or you've really matured in this area?
I think it's kind of knowing the play before it happens, just the whole film study thing, understand the game of football. Because when you first get from high school, you think you understand, but you really don't. And once being coached by the great staff I've been blessed to be coached with and be in the same room as these guys, and you kind of get to understand the play, and it all starts to slow down for you, and that's how you make a lot more of the plays. I mean, no matter what team in the SEC you're going to play against, there's going to be athletic guys, talented guys on both sides of the ball. It's the little things that are going to get you to make those big plays.
Does it feel like an SEC? I know it is an SEC game. It's not really a familiar opponent. Does it still have that same kind of feel to it?
Yeah, I mean, there's still that buzz. There's still that the SEC record's still in play. And like Coach says, preaches, like all of our goals are still attainable. So it's a huge game. They broke out the I guess Gators skin or whatever the heck this is. But it's cool. But for us, especially the D-line guy, we just want to get that taste out of our mouth and start hunting new offense on Saturday.
It's a mobile quarterback that runs some option stuff. How important is it to key in and set the edge and keep contained?
This week's a big week for that, especially with our eyes. Just make sure you're in the right place at the right time. A couple of times last week we had bad eyes, and LSU hats off them, they capitalized on some stuff. So we have to do a better job of staying disciplined, and that starts on the practice field.
Is that the biggest key for the ends this week?
Yeah, I mean it's not a question of athleticism for us. It's going to be a question of staying disciplined and having good eyes.
Thoughts on Conleth and Slayton, what they've been able to do through the first 5 games?
You want help with that?
Wait, what? Conleth and Slayton, just what have you guys seen from both of them?
Oh, Shrek and Donkey? Oh, they're good. They do their stuff.
Yeah, no, those guys are. The fact that they've been able to come in from high school, I'm not sure what they've been fed up until now, but
whatever they want.
Yeah, guys are like 33, but they're doing a great job. They're still acclimating slowly, but they're each and every week putting more trust and more responsibility into those guys. They've handled it well, so they're going to keep getting those opportunities to keep helping the team.
You've been here a while. You've seen some stuff at this program.
Yeah.
The off-field stuff this year. What has this year been like for you in terms of what you've dealt with already in the past?
It's tough. As far as losing some guys, and there's there's always questions surrounding, you know, culture and this and that, and you know, the fact of the matter is that in this day and age, it's, you know, if there's, you know, trouble to be had, people will find it. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, I think that's gotten our team closer together, and we've kind of banded together in that situation, and you know, it's, you know, with this coaching staff more so than the last, it's kind of the fact that we have so many young guys, you know, contributing early. It's kind of next man up mentality. It kind of helps that process. So if guys do get in trouble, you know, we're not panicking. It's next man up, whether it be the 6'5", 400-pound freshman from Fort Lauderdale, wherever Slane's from, you know. So it's going to happen. It's part of the game. It's, you know, it's a lot of young guys who are put in situations that they're not used to, and it's a lot of responsibility to handle. So stuff like that happens. It's unfortunate, but we got to move on as a team.
What do you guys have to do defensively to get more takeaways? I mean, that's obviously an area you guys looking into.
I mean, I think we've done a decent job so far, kind of putting the quarterbacks in bad situations, kind of throwing the ball, and you know, we got to, as a defense, to capitalize on some of those, you know, air throws and make plays on that. And then as far as fumbles, we have to do a much better job of that. I mean, we practice every single day, actually, getting the ball out, ripping the ball, and causing fumbles. And we saw a few times CC and a couple of guys were punctuate the ball. You know, we're close. We just got to continue doing it and you know, get some of those balls to kind of bounce our way. That would change the game a lot this past weekend.
You think it's just a matter of time for that? That it's going to start rolling?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not that, it's the added emphasis that we put on every single practice. I mean, we understand turnover differential is a big indicator on, you know, who wins a game. So the fact that we haven't seen that, and you know, we dropped a couple games, that's something that we could definitely help. And that's all effort. You know, that's not nothing. It's nothing but effort. And you know, coaches have put added emphasis this week, and you know, just in our room amongst the players, we talked about it. We need to impact the game more, especially when teams are starting to chip us and screen us and kind of take away from our pass rush that we love to do. We got to find a way to change the game.
Haven, what's your favorite part about the new uniforms? Looks like camo that you'd be wearing hot.
Yeah, I don't really care.
You like them?
Yeah. Straight. But yeah, I agree with Papa.
I didn't hear what he said. I was away.
Oh, I agree with everything he said. Flawlessly done.
It's a man of many words, Jason.
Spokesman.
Yeah. No, it's cool. My favorite part about the jerseys is, you guys seen the thing with Nick and the Gator yet?
Yeah.
The live Gator and Nick Washington?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Which is?
I don't know if it's been released yet, but it said there's a video out there with Nick Washington and a Gator.
He
They're
wrestling a gator?
They're walking like they're friends, and that's. I'm from Florida, but that's nothing I'd be. Maybe this guy, he wrestles like Rams and whatever over there, but yeah, not for me.